Warriors, as you can tell, I'm excited that you are with me today. Why? Because today is the day where I'm going to share with you what I believe to be the 5 most powerful techniques to counter your self-limiting ideas. It's an exciting day. Now, we all have a personal model of reality, warriors, okay? We don't see reality the same way from person to person. That reality changes depending on the thoughts that we entertain the most, the thoughts that we become emotional towards, and the thoughts that we act on, okay? If you're listening to this video, it's highly likely that you've got certain thinking patterns going on in your head that are affecting your physical body and really are distorting your view over what reality is, right? You are creating an environment, this planet, that is much scarier than what it really is. Therefore, you experience anxiety. So I want to help you today to change that model of reality by entertaining self-limiting ideas less and entertaining self-empowering ideas more, okay? 5 techniques, powerful. To start this off, I want you to think about one particular negative idea about yourself, a limiting idea, a viewpoint that really doesn't serve you for the better, okay? I'm gonna give you a moment, think about it. Cool. I'm gonna work with the one that a lot of anxiety sufferers believe. I'll never overcome my physical symptoms of anxiety. So I'm gonna use that one as an example. Technique number 1 is to consciously slow down the tempo and the speed of that thought. So it goes like this. I'll never overcome my symptoms of anxiety. I'll never overcome my symptoms of anxiety. And so on. What you want to do is you want to keep telling yourself that same thought in that tempo, in that speed, until you create disinterest, until you are bored of that idea. And I want you to comment below and let me know how you felt after each and every one of these techniques, because I want you to implement them here with me right now. Okay? So, slow down the tempo, slow down the speed, because what's going on right now in your head is that there's an enormous amount of internal chatter, and it's not slow, it's definitely fast. So it becomes very easy to live a reactive life. Ooh, I think this and I react. I think this, I become emotional. But the moment I slow it down, I can look back on the same idea and I can begin to see past that idea. It no longer has the same threatening tone that it had before. It no longer has the same threatening speed as it did before. Technique number 2 is to create boredom behind the thought. Something like this. I'll never overcome my symptoms of anxiety. I'll never overcome my symptoms of anxiety. I'll never overcome my symptoms of anxiety. And so on. You know, doesn't it get boring after a while? The same ideas, the same thoughts flowing through your head that you're entertaining all the time that are ruining your life, right? So I just want to make this real. Think about the negative thought that you've been so excited towards. You know, you're excited towards it, you're entertaining it, you're giving it plenty of attention, you are fueling it. So instead of fueling it, let's create boredom around the thought and watch what starts to happen. Comment below, okay? Let me know how you view the thought after you've created boredom around it. And again, don't do it once, don't do it twice. Every one of these techniques, do them multiple times until you're fed up, okay? Technique number 3 is change the pitch. We're talking about a higher pitch. We're talking about a lower pitch. So when we listen to these thoughts in our head, it's always the same pitch. It's always the same voice. It's always the same way. But if we can manipulate these things, if we can change what we call in NLP, these submodalities, all of a sudden I can go back and look at it differently. So I'm about to sound like Mickey Mouse. I apologize, but it goes something like this. Change the pitch. I'll never overcome my physical symptoms of anxiety. 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 Okay, you kind of look back and you go, that's the same thought that's been ruining my life and causing me all this sensitivity and anxiousness? Come on now, right? So again, comment below. How did you respond? How did you view the thought after changing the pitch? Number 4 is add an echo. Okay? I'll never, never, never. Overcome. My symptoms of anxiety. Okay? It feels like these thoughts have been like a river that have been flowing so naturally for so long. And when you implement the echo, okay, what happens is you start to place logs in between that river. And again, it can be very difficult to entertain something that, you've manipulated in this way. So number 4 is adding the echo to it, okay? Number 5 is putting it into past tense. Because what we want to do is any kind of characteristic, any personality trait, any kind of way of thinking, any way of acting, any of these bad emotions, what we need to do is we need to start convincing ourselves that these are things we used to do. We don't do them anymore, okay? Or at least we don't do them as consistently and strongly as we did before. So technique number 5 is putting it into past tense, meaning I used to believe that I would never overcome my physical symptoms of anxiety. I used to believe that I would never overcome my physical symptoms of anxiety. I used to believe that I would never overcome my physical symptoms of anxiety. You literally start to believe that these are things that you used to think about, that you used to entertain. It's a beautiful moment. It's a beautiful moment when you got that epiphany where you go, my goodness, what a waste of time these thoughts have been. What a waste of time the way I've been viewing myself and so forth. So again, write these down. Do them all the time, every single day. And I want to know, comment below, which one of these 5 are the most powerful to you after you've implemented them? Is it number 1 in changing the tempo and the speed? Is it number 2 in creating boredom? Is it number 3 in changing the pitch? Is it number 4 and the echo? Or is it number 5 putting it into past tense? Powerful, powerful, powerful. I love each and every one of you. Remember, you are more than anxiety. I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to like and subscribe. And if you have any other questions on the End the Anxiety program or the Life Mastery program, head on over to this website right here.